Hey ladies and gents, welcome back. This is going to be part 5 to What If Naruto Was Full Uzumaki. For the next part to come out, just get this video to, we'll just say 100 likes just like the last time, and you'll get a part 6. So without further ado, let's get started. Naruto and the rest of Team 7 would be entering the Chunin exams, starting with the written part of the exams, of which Naruto pretty easily passes as well, along with Karin, and Sasuke just does, his thing that he usually does that I can't really remember right now, because Naruto is like much smarter than his original self, and Karin is probably just going to be like Sakura's level of intelligence, because I can put her there. Actually, she'd probably be above that, because like Sakura was smart, at least in terms of that, but like Karin spent most of like her time studying and training and doing this and doing that. The same with Naruto, so they both passed the test pretty handedly, pretty easily, and Team 7 passes that. So now, the next part is the actual Forest of Death. So that would start, and it would start off pretty normally. Everybody would just be walking, but Naruto would still have to go pee, and Orochimaru still wants to get a curse mark on Sasuke to make him lust for power, making him go with him so he can steal his body. So he still ends up like showing up. Naruto's attacked by the snake, but Naruto pretty easily takes the snake down before running over there to that area and basically looking around at what was happening. Naruto would actually be able to remember the code this time, so Sasuke wouldn't question it when Orochimaru says it, but he would question something when two Narutos are standing in front of him trying to fight each other, basically both, looking pretty much the same, both having like a really similar fighting style and both just using the same jutsus. And he's trying to figure out what the difference is, like who's who, and Karin attacks. That's because Karin noticed the difference, and she started attacking the actual, like, Orochimaru that looks like Naruto, managing to actually land a blow on him, untransforming him, turning him into that weird-looking girl, whatever. I don't even know what that thing was that whatever Orochimaru was at that point, like, basically untransforming him, making it not look like Naruto anymore. So Orochimaru would be like, oh, how'd you even notice the difference? And Sasuke would basically be thinking the exact same thing, and Karin would just be like, oh, you had a slightly different fighting style. I've literally been training with that kid since we were like, I don't even know how old, like 6 or something. So it's like kind of like, yeah, we might know each other's fighting style pretty well by now. And Orochimaru was like, damn, I should have spent a little bit more time watching. But he's like, eh, whatever. So he then starts fighting with the three of them, looking for an opening to manage to put a curse mark on Sasuke before basically just leaving, because he doesn't really need to kill any of these kids. They're not that, he doesn't really care that much. But he's pretty impressed when two of the people there, and one of them not even being the Uchiha, are, they're high Jonin level. He's trying to figure out why they're so powerful, why they're so strong, and why Sasuke is so weak compared to them. It's because they're a lot stronger than Sasuke is. They're literally stronger than anybody ever was at the age that they're at. Or not ever, but they're really freaking strong. And Orochimaru is trying to figure out why they're just so powerful. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna try putting a curse mark on them too, because he's like, damn. So he tries putting it on Naruto, but I'm gonna say that the Nine Tails is, it becomes funky and he's just like, oh, maybe that's why he's so strong. He's the Nine Tails Jinchuriki, but he can't put a curse mark on him. So he's like, whatever. He's fine, whatever. He puts one on Sasuke, and he tries to put one on Karin, but Naruto actually manages to defend her by cutting off Orochimaru's head, but he kind of just, slithers out of the mouth thing that he does whenever he's about to die, which is, the weirdest thing I've literally ever seen. Him, crawling out of a mouth of his body to save himself, and it's, the weirdest, it's so weird to watch, and it's just, what the fuck is happening to that dude right now? What is that? What the hell is that? So it's kind of okay, whatever. So he crawls out of his own body, and he's like, whatever, I'll just leave one on Sasuke then. So he ends up leaving, and Sasuke is, literally on the ground, crying in pain at this point. They're like, okay, we should probably leave. And at that point, Naruto had, literally not even once has called upon the chakra of the Nine Tails at this point, so it's kind of whatever. So they end up going under that tree still, and they're just kind of sitting there waiting for, whatever to happen. And this is where the Sound Genin attack, who are pretty easily defeated by Naruto and Karin, because, that's kind of how it would go in that situation. Sasuke would wake up, activating the curse mark. He'd be a little bit of an edgelord before finally deactivating it and calming down a little bit. They got the scroll that they needed from the Sound Genin after, they attacked. They end up going to the end of the Forest of Death. So Naruto meets up with Gaara because, why not? And they notice the strength that each other have, and they're like, damn, that guy's probably strong, kind of like likewise, and they realize that they're both Jinchuriki, and because Gaara can sense the presence of the Nine Tails inside of him, he's just like, you're one too, are you? Kind of like that. And Naruto kind of has a similar feeling, because he can sense chakra, and, he's a pretty good sensory ninja, and he can sense the fact that Gaara has this, kind of the similar presence to what he has. So he's like, oh, that's pretty dope. You're a Jinchuriki too. And Gaara's just like, how'd you even know I was a Jinchuriki, kid? And Naruto's just like, it's not that complicated. You have like a massive amount of chakra like in this little point in your body, kind of like how I do. And Gaara's like, oh, cool, whatever. And yeah, because I don't care. Whatever. So they go and they enter the like a little like not finals, but the preliminary rounds of the battles, I guess you could say. Naruto fights Kiba. Well, fights is in very, vague terms, because, Kiba can't really fight that well against this version of Naruto, because Naruto's just too strong for him. Naruto pretty easily takes him down. He just kind of gives him a little chop on the neck, knocking Kiba out. He's not, a cruel person, so he kind of just, I'll end this quick and painless, and he just kind of, yeet him in the neck. So, he falls over. Sasuke fights the chakra-absorbing guy, but he can't use any freaking jutsu, and he just uses taijutsu and still manages to defeat him. He and Kakashi then go and get the curse mark, sealed away, just like in the original, and they're like, okay, cool, whatever, good shit. So, the rest of the fights, except for the fact that Karin would absolutely dominate either whoever she was fighting, literally no matter who she was fighting, she would pretty easily win. So, I mean, should I just have, Sakura not become a ninja and just have Karin replace her? I could do that, because, there wouldn't really be room on a team for anybody. So I'm legit just gonna do that. Sakura, fuck you, you're gone, you're useless. So Karin would fight Ino, and Karin would, it's kind of the same thing with Kiba, except even to, even more of an extent. It isn't a fight. It's just Karin absolutely wrecking, it would be kind of funny to watch. Just her getting tossed back and forth by, it would just be pretty funny. But, yeah. So, yeah, Sakura, fuck her. She's gone. She's not even part of the What If anymore. Goodbye, Sakura. Nobody likes you anyway. Come on. Nobody likes you. So, Neji would still fight Hinata, and Naruto's still kind of he's a little bit pissed off by this, because he still has a pretty similar personality to that of his own, of he's not really he's obviously a prodigy, but he's just I worked really hard to get to where I am, which is not a lie at all. He worked really absurdly hard to get as strong as he is, but he's just talking Neji's he's like, Neji, you little freaking bitch, this is not how it's supposed to work. He's kind of explaining to Neji the fact that, even though Neji, in, the original, probably worked harder than Naruto did in the first place, and Naruto is just hard work will win! More frickin' Nine Tails chakra will win, but that doesn't matter. Well, we're not covering that right now. So he still gets pissed off at that, and everybody would, defend Hinata, because Neji was about to fucking kill her and some shit like that. So Naruto would still be mad at that. He's just I'm gonna beat that guy when I get the chance. And he's like, okay, cool, you do that then. So yeah, fights other than that all go similarly, and yeah. They then have the little gap between when the finals would actually happen, and Naruto in that time would actually end up mastering the Flying Raijin Jutsu. Remember in the last part, he started training with that at the very beginning of the the Land of Waves arc. So he would actually, at this point, by the end of it, he would have at least pretty good understanding of it and be able to use it in combat situations. So with that, let's get into the actual finals and how they would go. So Karin would actually be in the finals this time. It wouldn't just be a draw. So I'd have to introduce a new, or who should she fight? Like, I don't know how this is gonna go, because Shikamaru would fight Tamari, Naruto would fight Neji, and Sasuke would fight Gaara. So who exactly would Karin fight after absolutely wrecking Ino? Should I just, wait, Shino? What did Shino do? I can't remember what Shino did. Whatever, I forgot who Shino fought. I'm just gonna have Shino fight Karin, because why not? So Karin would actually win against Shino. Like, she's really freaking strong. Like, Shino, Shino at this point, he's like a god compared to like a lot of other characters. Like, he's really strong. Like, he's like, up until Boruto, he literally like never lost a fight against like anyone. So this is his first loss, and he's like, damn, I lost against her. That's cool, I guess. So yeah, Shino would end up losing against Karin. Sasuke would still end up losing against Gaara, and like all that kind of shit happens. But Naruto would still end up fighting Neji. So Neji would be like the good old like whatever the fuck you want to call him thing, because like he still hasn't like changed at all. He's still his like really like cocky self. And Naruto would just be like, well, guess what? I'm fucking talented, and I worked my ass off. So take this, as he just literally slams Neji into the ground. And Neji's just like, damn, he's a lot stronger than me. Maybe I can out-edge him in speed. Nope, can't. He's faster. Shit. Why is this kid so good? Like, and, you know, he's getting absolutely wrecked by Naruto. Naruto then taps Neji on the back, and this kind of turns around and walks the opposite direction. Neji's just like, you're gonna regret that, as he starts running towards Naruto, now thinking he's gonna take down a few chakra points and easily win this fight. Except for the fact that Naruto disappears from his vision, and similar to what Naruto did to Kiba, he chops him on the neck. But this doesn't actually work on Neji. It doesn't knock him out completely. And Naruto realizes that, and he's just like, okay, I'll make it hurt a little bit more. And he slams his fist into Neji's head, creating like a really like, you know those like really like stupid anime bumps on your head that people would get, even though like in One Piece, Luffy could fight people like freaking, he can't fight Kaido or any shit like that, but like he can take hits from Kaido and like still survive it, and like it would hurt, but like he could do it. And all of a sudden, like fucking Nami would come in, she'd tap him on the head, and Luffy would be like, you know, get this massive bump on his head. It's like, what the hell just happened? Why can she do that to him? Like, it doesn't make sense. But whatever, I'm not getting into that. So it's kind of like that, where Neji gets this massive, like, series of bumps on his head. Like, it's like 10 bumps, like, stacked on top of each other, and he just gets knocked out to the ground. So yeah, Gaara would still fight Sasuke, like I said. Gaara would still end up winning, and all that weird shenanigans would happen with, like, the Genjutsu and the Sand Village attacking and all that kind of shit. Naruto would go out, and he'd find where Sasuke was fighting with Gaara out in the woods, and he would begin fighting with Gaara. Naruto pretty easily takes him down, because, like, come on. He's so strong at this point. Like, he's legit stronger than Kakashi, stronger than Zabuza, stronger than all these people, and he also now has the Flying Raijin. So, like, think about how frickin' godly he would be. Like, he manages to tag Gaara once, which he does, like, a lot in that entire fight. Even in the original, he manages to tag Gaara a lot. He teleports up, he bops him on the head, waking him up when Shukaku is summoned, and boom, he's awake again. He wouldn't even have to, or, like, even if he had the summon Gamabunta, he didn't have to in this. He's like, okay, cool, I can actually pretty easily win this fight. So pretty easily, Naruto actually does defeat Gaara. So he still gives him that whole talk no jutsu kind of thing, because he's just like, I'm a Jinchuriki too, but I'm not filled with as much hatred as you. I just kind of like, you know, I embraced the hatred, however you want to put it. So Gaara still ends up changing his, you know, personality into that more of kind of like, not like Naruto, but he's like, he still changes into what he becomes, and becomes like the Kazekage and all that kind of stuff. So then Naruto, or I don't even like, you know, they go with Naruto and Jiraiya they get Tsunade back, because Itachi would still, you know, do the shits with Kakashi. Everything like that goes normally. Naruto would still end up learning the Rasengan, except even easier than in the original. Tsunade would still develop a liking towards Naruto. Naruto gets the necklace. Everything like that. All of that literally happens per usual. Orochimaru and Kabuto escape, because Naruto, like, he's strong, like, he's Jonin level, but he's not fucking, like, Orochimaru Sannin level. Maybe he would kill Kabuto. Kabuto might literally be dead, but I don't know. Yeah, Kabuto's probably fucking dead, yeah. When Naruto, like, used the Rasengan the first time, yeah, it's probably, like, 10 times as powerful as that. So yeah, Kabuto's fucking dead. Rip Kabuto. So Kabuto's dead. They get Tsunade back to the village. Sasuke would still end up leaving because of the curse mark. Everything like that. They start running after Sasuke. Or Naruto with all the other, Naruto and Karin, as well as Shikamaru, Tamaru, everybody like that. Basically, Naruto and Karin would both be promoted to Chunin, and everybody else that would be promoted to Chunin would still be promoted. So, with that, they get all their Chunin and Genin little friends, and they go and they chase after the Sound 4 along with Sasuke. They pretty easily manage to take all of them down, because the Sound 4 are, like, they're pretty, I'm pretty sure they're high Chunin to low Jonin level, and Naruto is higher than high Jonin, so he's, pretty easily able to defeat most of them. So anytime they try to scrap with Naruto, Naruto's kind of just like, nope, bop you, nope, bop you, and he also has a Flying Raijin, making it even easier. So he eventually catches up to the last one, who's, running along. They manage to defeat all of them already, and they're running into this open field, where Kimimaro is basically just kind of chilling there. So I'm going to say the last of the Sound 4 is that one chick who uses Genjutsu, because I can't remember her name right now. So it's her, Kimimaro, and Sasuke who would be awakening at this point versus Naruto Uzumaki, because he basically ran ahead of everybody else because he's a lot faster than them. Well, actually, Karin would be able to keep up with him, but yeah. So Naruto would begin fighting with Kimimaro and everybody like that. Sasuke would begin running towards Orochimaru, realizing that if he didn't go now, Naruto would literally pretty easily be able to stop him. So Naruto realizes exactly what he has to do. He's like, okay, I'll let him go, but I want to do something quick. As he lunges towards Sasuke, putting a seal on his back. Now, you guys know exactly where this is going to go. So, placing a seal onto Sasuke's back, Naruto just kind of like, okay, I don't need to deal with this shit now. And he turns around to face Kimimaro and the one chick that I can't remember the name of. Tayuya or some shit? I don't remember. So, he pretty easily manages to take out Tayuya. And Kimimaro would he'd be putting up a much better fight, but, he's around the level of, he's a little bit stronger than Gaara. So Naruto would pretty easily be able to defeat him, even with his, bones and shit. Naruto would be able to dodge out of the way of them, and then he would just be able to teleport over, shanking him with a sword, or whatever, with a kunai. Whatever it was, Naruto would pretty easily be able to defeat Kimimaro. They'd end up going back to the village. Naruto wouldn't be anywhere near as damaged as he was in the original, but Sasuke would still end up getting away, which Jiraiya would show up at the actual village, and he'd be like, okay, time to fucking train, beginning the break for Shippuden. But that's where we're going to leave this part off, so I'll see you guys in the next part. Peace out, bye.